There's just something so special about D&D and TTRPGs as a whole. Unraveling an infinitely expansive story with your friends where you can go wherever, do whatever, or at least you can certainly try. It's a game that flourishes in the presence of strong friendships, allowing people to do things they could never do in real life, and ultimately just have a nice evening surrounded by friends. The limitless possibilities for D&D are one of the many things that draw so many people to this incredible game, and it's just something that is just impossible to replicate in any sort of video game. Oh, Baldurs Gate came out? Oh, never mind then. I didn't originally plan on picking up Baldurs Gate. It looked like another AAA game that would inevitably be ruined by the game studio working their devs to the bone, but apparently no. This game is killing it on the Steam market right now, and I can finally see why. I'm not even too far into the game, and it's already one of the best games I have ever played. I can enrage throw her.
Do it.
And then just throw... Wait, can I throw her off the cliff? Okay, I have disadvantage. So after finally being convinced to get it, I loaded it up, grabbed my trusty adventuring companion, and dove into this masterpiece of a game. I've grown to mistrust cutscenes. It seems like these days they're used to catfish you and amp up your expectations, only for the game to start and the graphics to go from being photorealistic masterpieces to being not too much better than a clay sculpture you did when you were 9. But holy shit, this opening cutscene not only absolutely killed it in setting a tone, but also I got into the actual game and it continued to surprise me and felt equally polished. I have to say, the biggest struggle about making this video is not going to be finding things to talk about. There are literally thousands of things that I could choose from. This game is massive. Hell, I could spend a solid 5 minutes talking about how each individual option of the disguise self-spell is so fucking cool, but I won't, because that would be boring to everyone except, like, one of you. Yeah, I see you. I see you in the back. Loser. Hello. The biggest struggle is going to be figuring out how to condense all of this down so I can get this video out at a reasonable time. Oh my god.
I thought it was, like, fully replenished, but it's just, like, only 1 slot per long rest.
Look at me.
Oh my god.
Anyways, me and my trusty adventuring companion got past the banger cutscene and then got to customize our characters, and holy shit, I knew it got in depth, but not this in depth. Have I made Geralt? Now I feel like I should change it. And the longest part of this wasn't even making my character, it was waiting for her. Hurry up.
Why?
No, you're supposed to say no. This is for the bit. This is for the bit. You're supposed to say no. But eventually, we were finally ready to move on. All right, proceed. Oh, fucking name. Oh god. All right, 3, 2, 1.
You need a guardian.
Oh, shit.
Right. I forgot. There's still more.
Oh my god.
Okay. For real this time.
Alright.
3, 2,
2.
1. Once you finally make it into the game, you start on the ship of a mind flare. Nope, not that thing, this thing. It's just zooming around abducting people, trying to turn them into mind flares as well. You royally fuck up that plan by intentionally crashing the ship, with some magic force saving you. Who could it be? The person you were forced to customize on top of your character named Guardian? Couldn't be them. But once you wake up on the beach, that's it. You are flung into the world of Baldurs Gate.
Now that we're all
Yeah,
pals,
I would take her.
How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
That's in the trailer.
That's the
in the trailer.
line.
It was here that an already awe-inspiring world just opened up in front of us. There were a few waypoints we could see on our map, but there were an astronomical number of paths to take to get to those points. It became very clear very quickly that Baldurs Gate was going to give me FOMO of the 1000th degree, as almost every single encounter we had clearly had countless different outcomes depending on who you were playing. Whether that was because my companion had speak with animals and had conversations with animals that most players would just breeze by, or because I was a rogue and was able to unlock areas that would have been impossible to get to, or get a drop on enemies. Sometimes an unwanted drop, but you win some, you lose some.
What the hell did you do?
This level of detail is the kind of thing I love about The Witcher 3, but on a whole other level. Roach, what the fuck are you doing in a wall?
Such are the times, my good fellow.
In The Witcher, your choices, both dialogue and action, can change how your story plays out so dramatically, and I'm not just referring to the main plot either. I mean, if you have played the game a little bit differently in your playthrough, you may get an entirely new dialogue or story option that you had just never experienced before. You find this level of detail in Baldur's Gate, but outcomes of different storylines are not just based on what you may have done differently, but your character and their class.
Corina?
Oh, that works.
Please.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes. Oh no, no. Oh my god, where are the violins coming from? Oh my god, they're getting louder. They're in my head. There's just like an orchestra of tieflings. No, of squirrels in the background. And I don't think I could make a video talking about this game without talking about the combat. This game manages to keep all the fun parts of D&D combat and almost entirely get rid of the less fun, more time-consuming parts. It's still slow as fuck, but I mean, it wouldn't be a game based on D&D if combat was 100% efficient. I am going to make her stand in front of you and the dude because you matter more. Oh, for fuck's sake. The actions that you take in combat feel so fucking smooth and polished, I can't get over it. Even non-magical abilities like my rogue's sneak attack are customized to look as cool as possible when you're preparing to hit, and to be as satisfying as possible if you hit. The rounds feel as quickly paced as a turn-based system could feel, while still having the high-stakes strategic gameplay we all love so much.
Nice. Oh,
Fuck
she's
yeah.
That almost killed her.
Oh shit, and that almost killed me. Oh, that killed me. And if the non-magical attacks feel satisfying, you know damn well the magical attacks feel just as good, if not better. Each spell has its own unique animation and color scheme, and each feels so incredibly cool to cast, I had to take Arcane Trickster as my subclass, even though I didn't even want to at first. As for the hotbar, while being at first a bit daunting, it's so perfectly laid out, and you can change how it's laid out if you don't like it, that you rarely forget to use abilities or items that you may have. Alright, just do some fire damage just to be sure. It seems like an upgraded and, in my opinion, fancier version of the World of Warcraft hotbar, and after getting used to it and customizing it myself, it feels so natural and straightforward and just generally satisfying to look at.
Can I sit?
Oh my fucking god. This is by far one of the most immersive games I've ever played, especially because you aren't even directly controlling your character. I mean, it makes sense, it's based off of D&D, a game where you embody a character often unlike yourself, but still, I guess I'm just so used to games being lifeless husks of potential that when a game actually successfully makes me feel like I'm part of a living, breathing world that is full of complex characters and stories, I get a little surprised.
Alright, I've talked to everyone. I think it's time to...
Yeah, I think it's time to go to bed. Oh wait, I'm the crab. I was clicking the bed as a crab. Like I touched on earlier, this is also one of the few games that I've genuinely found myself astonished by the visuals. Like most games these days look good, and honestly, photorealism is, at least to me, no longer interesting. I'm way more captivated by an art style that does something unique and interesting while still demonstrating the skill of the artists. Valheim is a perfect example of what I mean. In Baldur's Gate's case, while they did go for a form of photorealism, where they stand out is the level design, and holy fucking shit, it is so perfect. The landscapes you traverse in the first hour of gameplay are just breathtaking. That meme is way too old to put in here, oh my fucking god. The goblin camp in a ruined temple slapped me over the head with awe so hard, I forgot it was 2 AM and had work the next morning. You can see how much of the temple has decayed, the ramshackle improvements the goblins have made, and if you delve deep enough, you can find the temple's secrets hidden deep inside. I have to say, I'm beyond impressed. Larian Studios made a game that exceeds expectations in every way, and have thoroughly addicted me to their game almost as much as I'm addicted to the source material. Almost. Once they implement physical rolling of the shiny math rocks, I might have to change my answer, but that's not now. This is by far the longest video I've written to date, and could easily write more, so I'll leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, consider checking out another one of my videos. Maybe another will catch your eye, but with that, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.